Based on a true story, spoiler alert, it's late at night. Inside the car are two men. Driss, a tall, confident who bets $100 telling they won't get caught for overspeeding. As the police starts chasing them, he bets $200 that they will not get caught. Eventually, the Maserati gets cornered by police cars. Driss steps out, calm as ever, and tells the officers that his passenger, Philippe, is sick and needs to get to the hospital immediately. To sell the story, Philippe pretends to have a seizure. The police panic, switching from strict to helpful. They escort them to the hospital in a rush. Once they arrive safely, the two men share a quiet laugh and drive away as the hospital help arrive. Back to the day when Philippe is interviewing candidates for the position of a live-in caregiver. One after another, serious applicants arrive. Polished, polite, but clearly nervous. Then walks in Driss, even if it's not his turn. Driss is different, not dressed for the occasion. He's not there to work. He only wants a signature saying he is unemployed, so he can keep getting his welfare benefits. He interrupts people, makes jokes, and shows no respect for the fancy setting. When Philippe's assistant Magali tries to stop him, he flirts with her instead. But instead of being offended, Philippe is amused. He likes that Driss treats him like a person, not a patient. When Driss leaves, Philippe tells him to come back the next morning for his signed document. Driss goes back home, and as he tries to fresh up, all his siblings come in and his sister then come in to take them away. As his mom comes back home, he scolds him, telling he wasn't there for 6 months and now he suddenly showed up and asked him to leave and never come back. After spending the night with his friends, he goes to the mansion. Next day, to his surprise, Yvonne, the house manager, greets him with surprising news. Philippe has hired him on a trial basis. Driss moves into the mansion, still half confused about how he got the job. The thing he gets excited about is his new bathtub and the infrastructure. His first attempts at caregiving are clumsy. He doesn't know how to help Philippe dress, bathe, or move him properly. But he's trying, and his bold personality brings humor into the house. When Philippe explains his daily needs, Driss reacts bluntly, sometimes even joking about them, but Philippe laughs instead of being offended. For the first time in a long while. As the days pass, Driss begins to understand the depth of Philippe's disability. He helps him with everything, from scratching his ear to moving his wheelchair, even helping with intimate care. It's awkward at first, but their bond strengthens with every scene. When a friend warns Philippe that Driss has a criminal past, 6 months in prison for robbery, Philippe simply replies, "I don't care where he comes from. What matters is what he's doing now." One night, Philippe tells Driss how he ended up like this. A paragliding accident changed his life forever, leaving him paralyzed. He also opens up about his late wife, who died before they could have children. Driss starts to bring life into the mansion. He jokes with Magali, dances in the hallway, and brings his street energy into the quiet, polished world of his boss. When Philippe's adopted daughter, Elisa, acts out, Driss steps in, not as a servant, but as a big brother figure. He tells her to respect her father, showing how protective he's become. Philippe introduces Driss to classical music and modern art. Driss doesn't get it. He says all the classical tunes sound like advertising jingles or cartoon themes, but Philippe is patient. In return, Driss shows Philippe modern soul and disco. For Philippe's birthday, the staff organizes a private concert in the mansion. The musicians perform elegant classical pieces.
Guests sit quietly, politely clapping.
Driss looks bored out of his mind. Finally, he grabs his phone and plays Boogie Wonderland by Earth, Wind and Fire. At first, people are shocked. Then, the beat kicks in and even the upper-class guests start smiling and moving to the rhythm. The room transforms. Philippe laughs as Driss dances like nobody's watching. One night, Driss discovers that Philippe has been exchanging letters with a woman named Eleanor, who lives in Dunkirk. Philippe hesitates as he is on a wheelchair. Driss takes the phone and calls her. They talk, and she's just as kind and charming as he imagined. Driss keeps a picture of him on wheelchair in the letter, but at the last moment, Philip asks Yvonne to send an old picture, taken before his accident. Eleanor suggests they meet in person. Philippe agrees, but when the day comes, he loses his courage. Sitting in the cafe, watching the clock, he panics and leaves just before she arrives. He's still a prisoner of his fear. To cheer him up, Philippe invites Driss on a spontaneous trip in his private jet. Weekend of paragliding in the Alps. The same sport that once broke him now becomes a symbol of freedom again, thanks to Driss's influence. Back in Paris, Driss's cousin Adama arrives at the mansion, pretending to deliver mail. But Philippe overhears and realizes Driss's family is in trouble. Adama is being threatened by a local gang. Driss tries to act calm, but Philippe can see the worry in his eyes. He understands. Driss has responsibilities that go beyond this mansion. So Philippe tells him gently, "You've done more for me than you know, but maybe you shouldn't be pushing a wheelchair all your life." He sends Driss back home. Driss returns home. Life there is rough, crowded apartment, people arguing, and the same struggles that pushed him into trouble before. But now he's different. He steps up for his family, protects his cousin, and avoids slipping back into crime. Philippe's influence has changed him. Meanwhile, Philippe tries to move on with new caregivers. They're professional but cold, treating him like a job, not a person. The laughter is gone. The house feels heavy again. Slowly, Philippe's spirit fades. He stops shaving, loses weight, and isolates himself. Even Yvonne, who has seen him through many hard days, is worried. She calls Driss. When Driss walks through the mansion door again, Philippe's face lights up. It's like color returning to a black and white world. Without hesitation, Driss helps Philippe into the Maserati, the same car from the opening scene. They drive off, laughing as the engine roars through the streets of Paris. The police spot them and give chase, bringing us full circle to the movie's opening moment. But this time, we understand the bond behind their mischief. It's not just about fun, it's freedom. Driss drives Philippe all the way to the seaside town of Cabourg. The ocean stretches endlessly before them, calm, blue, and open. Driss helps Philippe shave, puts on a nice suit, and wheels him into a beautiful seaside restaurant. Philippe doesn't know what's happening. Driss smiles and says, "Good luck." Then he walks away. A few seconds later, a woman enters the restaurant, Millionaire. Philippe freezes, his eyes fill with emotion. She smiles and sits across from him. Through the window, Philippe sees Driss outside. Their eyes meet. Driss grins, giving him a silent thumbs up. It's a wordless goodbye, one filled with gratitude and brotherhood. Driss walks away along the seaside, leaving Philippe to his moment, not as his caregiver anymore, but as his friend. Driss and Philippe remain friends even to this day. They have been married and have kids.